Hello and welcome back to the channel. Season 2 of DLC for Wreckfest is here. We've asked for it and they have delivered, just like they have with everything else so far. Speaking to a lot of you guys over the last few months on some of my previous Wreckfest videos, it was incredibly clear that most of us are not done with this game yet. There's so much more potential to see come out of it. And most of us seem more than happy to pay a little bit extra to get a load more content. And knowing Bugbear and what they've done in the past, I don't think they're going to disappoint over the next few months. So it all started just a few days ago when the first teaser trailer that we've had for Wreckfest actually landed on THQ's YouTube channel. And here we are just 6 days later and it's with us. We can go and buy it straight away. But a big question a lot of you guys will be asking is, how much is this pack actually going to set us back? Now, assuming you already have all of the other content within the game so far, you can just buy Season 2 separately. In the UK here, it works out at £9.99. But alternatively, you can just buy this first car pack, just like they've done with all the DLCs in the past, on its own for a fee of £3.29. Alternatively, if you are one of these crazy people that still haven't even tried Wreckfest out yet, you can actually buy the complete package now on the PlayStation Store at $44.99. I'm not entirely sure of the prices across Xbox and Steam stores, but if you go on there and check them out, I'm sure they'll be relatively similar. So, what do we know so far about Season 2? Well, it's going to contain 12 DLC cars. We're going to get 3 in each of the updates. This time round, we've also got a brand new track, so making the assumption that we will be getting 4 new tracks throughout this DLC as well, it looks like a pretty decent package. Looking at the trailer closely though, there is no mention of customizable items, so whether we are going to get any of those sort of mid DLC packs that we got previously, I'm not entirely sure, but only time will tell, and I'm sure Bugbear will probably have a few things up their sleeves. But moving on to this first DLC now, it's entitled the Getaway Car Pack, and I'm quickly going to run you through exactly what you're getting. First up, let's talk about the cars, and thanks to that teaser trailer we had a few days ago, we kind of knew what to expect here, and everyone's guesses were spot on correct. The first one is essentially an R33 Skyline. It's actually called the Razor in-game. Being mid-sized and rear-wheel drive, this thing absolutely loves chewing up the corners. In fact, out of the 3 cars we've got on offer this time round, this is the easiest to control. That being said though, the big weakness here, certainly compared to the other 2 cars on offer, is its strength, but you would kind of expect that from the type of vehicle it is. I'll quickly run you through the stats of this one. It does come out as a B-rated car, and as you first get into it, it's got a 232 rating. In terms of the specs themselves, the acceleration is 7.3, top speed is 6.5, the cornering is 6.2, and the strength, like I say, is the weakness there at 4. Of course though, as always, these cars are highly customizable. You really can make them how you want to. If you want to go for a strength build, this car will work absolutely fine, but equally if you're looking for a top speed acceleration kind of build, you've already got a great platform to build on. For me personally, this is my favourite car of the bunch. It suits my style of playing Wreckfest much better than the other 2. I much prefer the track side of things rather than going into the arenas, and this car is built for that job. Next up, we've got the General Lee, or as it's called in this game, the Bullet. Now again, this is a B-rated car. It comes out at 223 standard. Now in terms of the stats on this one, acceleration is very similar to the R33 that I've just talked about there, with acceleration on 7. The top speed is 6.5. However, with this particular car, you are losing a load of control. It is quite a heavy feeling car, so the cornering is way down on 2.5, but the strength does go up quite considerably at 5.8. So it's safe to say that this one falls into the all-rounder category. It's got some pretty even stats there. Admittedly, the cornering is a little bit lower than you would necessarily want on a all-round car. However, again, with the customization side of things, you really can get this one to level out quite nicely. And I've had this on track and in arenas as well, and it works really well in either environment. And lastly, we have the good old Crown Vic. Now, this is something that you guys have been asking for a very long time. Any form of police car was always going to be welcome here. In the game here, this is called the Cardinal. In its standard form, this one comes as a C-rated vehicle at 161. You can see on screen here that the acceleration is a 4.7, so quite a lot lower than the other two cars on offer. Again, the same with the top speed at 5.4. The cornering is definitely in the middle of the two vehicles that we've just talked about at 3.7, but the big strength of this one is the strength at 5.9. Now, just like the Bullet, I wouldn't say this excels in any particular department. It is more of an all-rounder, but with that strength number a little bit higher, this one may be suited slightly better to the arena side of things. But again, I've taken this out on track and it's performed really, really well. Not to mention looking really good with that livery on it. So all in all, a really nice little selection of vehicles, and nothing too crazy this time round, but they are definitely ticking the boxes of the things that us as the community have been asking for. But just like every single one of these Wreckfest videos that I do, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Now, normally I ask you what you'd like to see added to the game. This time round, I'd really like to see down in the comment sections what you actually think we are going to receive throughout these updates of Season 2. Do you think we're going to be seeing any crazy kind of vehicles like we've seen in the past, or are they going to be kept to the tournament side of the game? Or do you think it's going to be more like this update for all of them? Are we going to see film cars a bit like the General Lee that we've got in this update? Things like the R33, are they going to be based on realistic cars? Like I say, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do get in touch down below. But anyway, back to this update, and let's not forget we've also got a brand new track added to the game. Now, this isn't part of the DLC. Like always, these tracks are added completely free of charge, so even if you don't want to go and pick up any of these cars, please do go back onto Wreckfest. You've got a new track. It might be enough to just bring you back and fall back in love with this game. The track this time round is called Hill Street Circuit, and it is 100% tarmac. There is no dirt in sight. You might think that sounds a little bit boring and you're not going to get the tail end out as much as you like to, but trust me, this is a really frantic little circuit. Inspired no doubt by San Francisco, this has got a really fast downhill section with multiple jumps, and as you get to the bottom you've got an extreme right hand turn which acts like a choke point and can quite often cause a lot of carnage. Moving on from there, there is also a crossover section, once again just forcing you into huge accidents. I've had a load of fun with this track since I've been playing on it, particularly using the R33. It just drifts beautifully around all of these corners, but the amount of times I've been caught off guard by that switchback, the crossover in the track, it really can absolutely ruin the race. Add to that a load of 90-degree turns, and this is quite an exciting track to race on. For me, anyway, I just prefer this to the Motor City circuit that we've got within the game already. It is quite a similar track, but with that switchback, with the downhill section, it is just a lot more exciting. Like I say though, you don't even need to pay a penny to have a go on this. Make sure you jump on there and give it a go. I think it's a great addition, and I think most of you guys will enjoy it too. Lastly though, and on top of all this great content I've already been talking about, we've had a huge update once again to the tournament mode within the game. We're now up to Season 5, believe it or not, and this one's titled Getaway Heat. Just like always, we've got daily challenges, weekly challenges, and also a seasonal challenge. This time round, you will be having a go at a demolition race and also a checkpoint chase. So if either of those sound interesting to you, make sure you jump on and have a go. And trust me, you're going to want to save your fame points this time round, because we have got the most expensive car we've seen to date in the store. It's on screen now, and yes, you are seeing that right. It's going to cost you 100,000 fame points. So like I say, you are going to need to save up a little bit for this, unless you've already got loads just sitting in the bank. Personally, I'm not quite there yet. As you can see, I'm just shy of 70,000 fame points. But as soon as I do get that 100,000, I'll be unlocking this car. And if I get a chance, I'll put together a video for you so you can see exactly what it's all about. So once again, what a fantastic update. I'm so happy Bugbear have decided to do a Season 2. I think a lot of you guys are going to be just as happy as I am. Hopefully this time round the content will be just as good as it was in Season 1, and I really cannot wait to see your suggestions down below on what you think we will be seeing. If this is the first time you've visited the channel, or you just haven't done it yet, please do hit that subscribe button down below. It takes you a split second. It helps this channel grow so much, and I really do appreciate all of your support. Hit the notification bell so you guys know exactly when I upload my next Wreckfest video. And also, if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, or you're just happy to see this DLC coming, make sure you give the video a like. Thanks ever so much for coming by the channel today, and I'll see you on the next one.